Welcome to the Conscious Fire Culture. We give you direct access to healers, practitioners, and shamans as we explore alternative medicine for wildland firefighters. The mission is to break the stigma of mental health in wildland fire and lower the suicide rates. Our intention is to guide you through a transformation that creates a ripple effect in our community. Welcome, I'm so excited you've made it. Alright, check this out. Mountain Mind Tricks and the Wildland Wellness Foundation are coming together for this amazing collaboration. This is going to be the most powerful thing to come to the wildland fire community in a long time, I think. And that is, master plant ceremonies mixed with holistic medicine, with acupuncture, chiropractors, the breakthrough session, all these things coming into one to support you, the wildland firefighter, to help you regain your mental health, your physical health, and get back to peak performance as soon as possible. Because when we work with master plants and essential oils and acupuncture and chiropractic and mental emotional release, when we put all these together, it is a powerful transformational experience that really it's beyond words. Because once you're touched by the divine, once you're in touch with that healing energy of the universe, with that innate power for you to heal yourself, there's no stopping it. It's like a runaway train. It's like you're gonna start healing. You're gonna have a transformation that has this ripple effect that goes beyond just you and your family, but to your crew, to your fire station, to your workstation, to your forest, to your region, to the community. And really what we want to do is give you the most amazing ceremonial experience and back that up with the integration. How do you take those experiences and come back to 3D reality and implement them? Implement those lessons, those realizations that are so deep and profound that your entire life changes. How do you integrate those? One of my great mentors once told me, it's like you get a puzzle and all the pieces are all spread out, but then you get to start putting that puzzle back together into a new way, a new possibility, a new way of being. And that's what the foundation is working on. The first retreat is the end of January of 2022. And if that's interesting to you, I want you to go to the wildlandwellnessfoundation.com. Check that out. And just schedule a call with Melissa and see if it's a good fit. Again, that's wildlandwellnessfoundation.com. The foundation of Mountain Mind Tricks is the breakthrough sessions for wildland firefighters, and it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my entire life, is to guide somebody through an awakening experience, remembering that they have the power to heal and giving them the tools to release the anger, sadness, fear, hurt, and guilt from their past, and to truly release it, to let it go. When I see these transformations in my clients, it's like night and day. There's before the breakthrough session, and then there's after. And there's just so many times that their transformation touches me that I cry. Like it's so powerful and joyful to see that transformation inside them. And there's so many modalities out there. There is acupuncture and traditional therapy and plant medicine, but I love the breakthrough session. I think it's an amazing adjunct to all these other things, or even Western medicine. And the breakthrough session is so important to me because it's what changed my life. It's what allowed me to completely let go of my anxiety and to move forward and to become the healer that I am today, to start my own company, Mountain Mind Tricks. Like that's because of the breakthrough session. Without that, there wouldn't be any of this. And so if you're interested in a breakthrough session to really overcome the blocks in your life, to let it all go, to really step into your light and be who you know you could be, if you want that to happen for you, just go to mountainmindtricks.com, go ahead and click that button, Alternative Mental Health, scroll through there. If it looks like something you want, let's schedule a discovery session. Let's just chat about it. Let's have a talk to make sure it's a good fit. So again, go to mountainmindtricks.com and click the Alternative Mental Health button. Welcome to the podcast today. I am so excited for one of my best friends, amazing person, the master of holistic wellness, Scott Manduck. And Scott, could you introduce us to you, and just let us know how you came into essential oils, into EMF protection, and all the amazing things you're doing with glutathione, and like how did you get here, and how is this gonna like change the world for us?
I love it. Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it, buddy. Long time. It's been an interesting journey, and we like to. Everything in our life is happening for a reason. Our mission that we've been on for the past probably 12 years has really been life changing for the better. Yes, it's been tough. Yes, it's been um, dark in some instances. Coming from the Western medicine world, in my background has been in basically printing and marketing for 27 years. So being in the holistic wellness space was not something that was definitely on our radar. That's for sure.
Right.
And and this is where we like to say now different doors are opening for us because of opportunities and because of illness and whatever may happen. And we've been fortunate enough to go through this change with my amazing wife Andrea, where she was a ultrasound tech at a major hospital here in Toronto, and she ended up not feeling well many years ago, 12, 13 years ago. And with this came some challenges, obviously, with health, and it got pretty dark, got pretty deep, and with that we had to figure out other ways to heal as we were not getting the support that we were needing, we were acquiring, and it just took forever. And we felt like we were a guinea pig in the Western medicine world, and we came to the point to where it's like, okay, this is obviously not working. And we know Western medicine has a place. We love Western medicine for so many different things, but we need to try something different. And we came to the point with seeing so many different specialists over the years that we came out of one of our last appointments, if you will, with the Western medicine side of things, was a neurologist. And she pretty much told us that everything that my wife was dealing with for all these years was in her head. And we knew that was not true because we walking up a flight of stairs took a long, long, long time. It took 10 minutes to walk up a flight of stairs of say 15 stairs, which is a problem. And that there's not a mental illness. And that's where we kind of looked at each other and said, no, what, we're kind of on our own here. Let's dig into some other tools. And lo and behold, that is where our journey began. And my wife walked into the library just looking for books and resources on stuff. And in the used book space table, there was a book that was buried. And that was kind of the shining light for us. It was one of those things that the universe just put forth for us. And it was $2. It was the best $2 we've ever spent, literally. And it literally changed the path of our lives. And that there was a book by Dr. Amy Myers, The Autoimmune Solutions. And we talk about this first because there's so much that we have to learn when it comes about food. Food is medicine, we know this, and food could be toxics and chemicals and stuff like this. So when we start learning about this and we're talking to nutritionists, we need to be very mindful of their training as well as what our body needs and requires, because my body is very different than say Thomas's body or my wife's body. And we need to be mindful of that, and not one diet is good for everybody. We like to say it's a lifestyle, and some people can eat meat, some people can't eat meat, some people can eat drink dairy, and some people can't. Um, there's these are the things that we need to be mindful of. When we started going down that realm, we really started to see some light bulbs go off and some brighter lights for us to chase. And with my wife's um, long list of ailments that she was dealing with, it was becoming unbearable for her. And that's where we really started digging into more tools, like I said, with diet. And one of the main ailments that she was dealing with, if you can picture your arm, if you're sleeping on your arm for a long, long time, and then you get off your arm and that tingling sensation that actually hurts, that was her entire body for many years, and that there was a lot of nerve pain. And what we were dealing with there was a lot of inflammation in her body. And as we start to find out and we go down this rabbit hole, um, we find that 80 to 85% of ailments have to do with inflammation in our body. And that can be on so many levels, where your gut health is so important, where it actually leads into depression, anxiety, and obviously other ailments, because our toxic cup, if you will, can only hold so much liquid. And once it starts to overflow, that's where our body starts to really deal and show these different ailments within our body. And it could be skin related issues, it could be mental issues, it could be so many different things. So we really started, which we didn't know we were starting where we needed to start, which was great for us because we kind of lucked out there. We started with reducing inflammation. And once we started reducing inflammation, a lot of that particular symptom was reduced, which was pretty remarkable, to be honest, because knowing what the doctors were saying, when we found that out and she started to feel better, it was kind of like, are you kidding me? It was kind of an inflammation thing, and I'm not going crazy, right?
Right. Right.
So when we start unlocking these little wins become milestones, and these milestones become mountains that you're actually climbing. And it's not these just these little gems. They're actually big items in our overall day to day. And that was our first one. That was a huge one for us, man. And the people that are listening, if you're dealing with any kind of chronic illness, chronic ailments, does not matter where or what you're dealing with, the really first thing that I would really suggest, to be honest, is we got to look at, one is the toxins and the chemicals that are around you. That is the most important thing that you can do to really start setting your body up for success and to heal yourself. Your body's designed to heal itself. We just need to give it the right tools, right? And I say that
Yeah.
quite a bit, and you'll hear me say that a lot today, because it is it is true. It is the power of our body, and it's designed that way for a reason. And Thomas, the master of the mind, as we say, is what you think is actually what you become. And your body, every cell in your body listens to your thoughts. We just need to give it those right thoughts. And um, we need to really, it's that as well as the chemicals, right? So you need to have that amazing balance of both. And once we started removing a lot of those toxins and chemicals in our life, and I challenge people that are listening to this, do this for your own well being. Go around your house and literally pick up every single cleaning solution, shampoo, conditioner, which you use to clean the floors, the tables, the fridges, the stoves, the air fresheners, you name it. Put all those onto one table and turn the bottles backwards. Do not look at the front of the label, because that's just a marketing ploy, right? We've been programmed and trained in our mind from all the marketing. Once you hear the word pure or organic, it's safe for you. That is not the case. That is so far from the truth. It'll blow your mind. And the more we go down that and we experience that, we really need to do our own research. We need to be empowered to know this. And these are the basic things that we have within our body that we could really harness. And once again, if we gave our body the right tools, we can heal ourselves, right? So once we started doing that, her immune system started to respond, right? Other ailments started to dissipate.
Yeah.
And this is when we came into the next realm, which is the exciting part for a lot of people, including myself and for Thomas, because we've shared some similar experiences with essential oils. And that is where that really kicked in. And once we started removing toxins and started using natural, pure essential oils, which essential oils have so many different powers, it just blows my mind every single day. And the power of just aromatherapy, like just the power of a smell, right? And a good way to picture that is, picture the happiest moment of your life. Put yourself into that place. What are the people around you? What are the smells that you're smelling, right? And then you look
Yeah.
at the other side of that coin. What is the deepest, darkest day of your life, moment of your life? What are those aromas, right? What are those things that are around you, right? That
Right.
there is just an aroma, but that aroma can actually change the way that your body reacts, the way that your emotions are. It can release emotions, right? Essential oils work on the cellular level, right? Once they get into your frontal lobe, they hit your brain, hit your CB2 receptors, they're in. You know what I mean? So what
Yeah.
you smell and what you put on your skin, they get into your cells. And the strength of your cells controls your body, literally. So if we can now, because oils are oils and our cells in our body are oil based, they're not water based, right? Oils can actually penetrate the actual cell barrier. So if we think about that for a second, which I did not know at the time, where do viruses sit at the cellular structure of our body? They sit on
Yep.
the inside of the cell. Where does bacteria sit? On the outside of the cell. So if you can picture the power of essential oils, and it can actually break the cell barrier to help stop the duplication of viruses, so to speak, right? We got
Yeah.
some really powerful, powerful tools that have been around for thousands of years that we now have at our fingertips today. That is
Yeah.
beyond remarkable. Like,
Right.
if you
Right.
think about it, frankincense and myrrh, those two oils are in the Bible,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are the things that truly will help people in the right direction. To give you an example, Thomas, when you first tried essential oils, what was your experience with, say, balance?
I think just to frame this up a little bit is that I think I need to be very specific because I've used essential oils before, but when I tried doTERRA specifically, and it was, I think Balance was the first one I used, it was
Mhm.
like it literally transported me into a forest because there's a whole bunch of pine oils. There's a lot of
Mhm.
tree resin oils in that mid blend, and it transported me, and I felt it, and it was like inside my body, and I felt like, for me, I'm always working on being grounded, like, because I'm so floaty and in my mind, and so it really brought me into my body like fast. And this is huge for people with anxiety. Is like, we got to get you back inside your body. As weird as that sounds, that's like step one with anxiety, along with nutrition. But the Balance was game changer for me. I use it all the time now.
Absolutely. And you nailed the one word inside that, grounding, right? It's named the grounding blend for a reason, right?
Yeah,
And why
yeah,
is that? Because of what it's actually doing at the cellular level. They have a video on YouTube, and they did a test for live blood test analysis, which I love doing these tests. It just shows so much what's going on in your body at the cellular level. That so they did a live blood test analysis of this person, and their blood was all clumped up. You can see their cells all together, and then they applied the balanced essential oils on the back of their neck, and they waited 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, and so on. Within 20 seconds, at the cellular level, dude, you could actually literally see the cells start to shift when they did the actual live blood test analysis,
wow,
right?
that's
That tells
amazing.
us what it's actually doing to you at the cellular level, which is a reflection of how you're feeling, your emotions, all these sort of things. That is the true power visually. For someone to see that is just, it's like, wow, I get it. Because to me, most people think, okay, essential oils are just snake oils, it's witch oils, blah 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 blah. They just smell pretty. It's so much more than that, right? There's oils that are antibacterial, so for cleaning and for cleansing. So when I was telling you to do that task where you grab all your cleaning solutions, you put them on the table, you look at all the ingredients on the back of these bottles. The reason I'm telling this is because 99.9% of those products are filled with chemicals and fillers, pesticides, all this sort of crap, which is causes your immune system to be suffocated, and it causes disease, right?
Yep. Yeah.
The majority of those have cancer warnings on the bottle,
Right, right.
right?
So,
So
so
we need
Scott,
to really change that.
I want to go back a little bit to one. I just want to what you said earlier. Amy Myers, like anybody listening, like that book will literally change your life. Like the autoimmune solution. Like I'm so happy you
Yes.
mentioned that because um, that book will change your life. And I think we got to just slow down a little bit and explain this epigenetics that we're talking about, of like the cell's environment. Like you mentioned, our thoughts literally change our cell environment. The oils do, the way we're thinking, the way we're feeling, the foods we're putting in our body. Like, if people want to go deeper, you got to read the biology of belief on this to like get the hardcore science. But it's what we've been taught about how our DNA is expressed is completely wrong. It is completely wrong. In other words, we're not just destined to, well, it's my DNA, I guess I'm going to get this ailment. It's like, no, no, no. We're actually in control of our DNA, and it changes constantly. And it's like what we're thinking, what we're eating, what we're feeling, that actually decides what genes are being expressed, right? And I would love for you
Absolutely.
to like hit on that, Scott.
For sure. We deal with that a lot. It's funny because I was just working with another customer yesterday, and um, she was mentioning that, well, it's genetics. My family's had this. It's all through my family. It's like, okay, how many people are in your family, blah, 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 and how many people have had it? We started going through that. And so, well, my sister has never had any of those side effects. I'm like, but you just mentioned it was genetic. So if it's genetic, that means everyone in your family's getting it? Maybe, maybe not. So what can we change about that? What is the path of your family that have they been taking, right? They party all the time, they're drinking, right? They don't exercise. What is your sister doing? Oh, well, she's a trainer. Oh, okay. So she's eating cleaner, she's exercising, a lot more outdoors, most likely. And how's her sugar intake? How's her how's her how's her dairy intake? Let's go through these things and why is it changing? How's her mental wellness? How's her emotional wellness? Well, she has a whole bunch of people that work in her office that are in that space, so they get free training. Oh, okay. So if you think about that for a second, it is true what Thomas was just saying. It is true to that statement. You are truly 1000% in control of your cellular structure and your outcome. You just need to, once again, give your body the tools it needs to heal itself and to put you on the right path that you want to be on, right? So
Yeah.
we really need to focus on the good things that our body needs and wants at the cellular structure, which is reduce inflammation. Reducing inflammation, it's a lifestyle. It's not a diet, right? Amy
Yeah.
Myers
Yeah.
will set people up in a sense of saying, here's some things that you should be following because a lot of the foods that we are eating on a day-to-day basis are high inflammation foods and they're high oxalate foods, which the outcome of both of those is a lot of inflammation in your body, which causes ailments and disease,
Yeah. So
right?
Scott, I wanna paint a picture for you because I think and I want to apply this to wildland firefighters here in that, so for 6 months out of the year, maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's more like 8 months for some people. But generally it's about 6 months of, we're out in the field, we're breathing heavy smoke, we're standing in a circle, doing our getting our planning ready to attack a fire, like around a whole bunch of trucks with diesels running. There's the gasoline we spill on ourselves all the
Yeah.
time. There's so much smoke inhalation that's, yeah, it's not anything close to structure firefighting, but it's like you're getting like burning material in your lungs constantly. There's,
Hmm.
we're eating MREs, we're eating like the worst food you could, like the nutrition is just a nightmare. Like it
Wow.
really is a nightmare. As far as like, you'll get a bag of Skittles and a sandwich and maybe a couple apples and carrots. And it's like it's getting better, but it is a nightmare. The nutrition. And so what I started to do, and I want you to break this down for us, like, and give us some tips here, is like I really started to focus on, like, as soon as I got laid off, it was like, there's this reintegration period of getting back to the home life, but it was like, how can I start detoxing right now? Because I knew it was like for me to have a long career, I got to start like detoxing my body, detoxing my mind. I got to start really working through stuff. And I'm curious on like, how can firefighters like detox? Like, what are some of the things that you would recommend for them in natural wellness?
Great points. And first and foremost, thank you everyone for what they're doing and for all the things that you do to try to keep us safe. It's just it brings chills to my bones, to be honest. It's amazing what you guys do and what you have to live through and what you guys do just to get through the day. So I appreciate you guys for what you guys are doing. there. On the detoxing side of things, a big part is obviously water is a big part of it. And the type of water that we drink, I'm sure a lot of the people out in the field, they don't have that option. But we do have the option of essential oils inside water. So just simple things is just adding lemon essential oils into our water. It is one of our best detoxers when it comes into inside water. It's absolutely phenomenal. It pulls out those heavy metals and stuff like that in our body. That is definitely a big one. If you can take enzymes, right? Enzymes are absolutely key to what we're doing when it comes to help detoxing our body, as well as absorption of the food that we're getting. So yes, your diet may not be the best, but the foods that you are eating, if we can absorb the best parts of those foods, enzymes are the best way to go, because enzymes will break down that food, make it liquefied, if you will, and help your body digest and absorb the good stuff in that stuff, the good stuff in the food that you're taking, and it'll push the rest of the stuff out. Probiotics, same thing, right? It's all part of our natural wellness thing. So that is a big part of what we do, but obviously water intake. I'm sure they go through this nonstop, at least half your body weight in ounces. But if you're adding essential oils into that, that is beyond phenomenal. Another big thing that a lot of people don't realize is if you do smoke, like an actual cigarette as well as coffee, you need to take that much more water to actually help dilute that coffee. So for a cup of coffee, you need to drink another 5 cups of water, right?
Yeah.
So if you drink, say, 8 cups of water naturally, 9 cups of water naturally, and you have a cup of coffee, well, now you're up to 13, 14, 15 cups of water, right? To help with that detox and that flush of our body. So another big part of detoxing that we've been doing probably the last 4 or 5 months, which is a new product, Thomas, I was talking to you about, is glutathione. Glutathione is now going to be your new best friend when it comes to detoxing. I'm getting the chills even thinking about it, because what it can do to actually help our people in the field when it comes to detoxing. Glutathione is actually produced by our liver naturally up until about the age of 20. And then at that time, based off of the toxic load in our body, our nutrition, and our surroundings, the production of glutathione in our liver actually drops by a lot, up to almost 80 to 90% in a lot of people. And there's PubMed studies online that you can read about glutathione and what it can actually do. It is literally the number one antioxidant ever in the world. And our body produces it naturally, but because of all the chemicals and toxins in our foods and our surroundings, our body hasn't produced enough of it. So you can eat super clean and start to produce more of it. And you can also take a supplement of glutathione, which in the studies in the past year, which my wife was on glutathione a couple of years ago as well, is it's in a pill format. The problem with the pill format of glutathione is it gets destroyed by the gut acid. Now, a lot of people are taking NAC, which is a precursor to glutathione, which is great, and that there will also help with the detoxing of different things like smoke and all the other wonderful stuff that you guys are breathing, the diesel fuels and stuff like that. But once again, your body can only detox so much within a day, in a week, in a month, in a year. So, and obviously oxidative stress and stuff like that as well. So you're adding all these things into your toxic cup that we're trying to keep at a minimal. So with glutathione, they've actually taken the product and made it into a nano liquid particle form, which is beyond key and breakthrough technology, because I can now absorb glutathione at 98 to 99% within a swish. So I take a capful, I swish it in my mouth for 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds to a minute and a half, and I'm now upping my levels of glutathione very quickly.
Wow, that's
Which is
amazing, man.
which is like it is like, dude, I cannot explain to you the importance of glutathione other than you have water in your body, you have oxygen in your body, and you have glutathione. Glutathione is literally in every cell in your body, and you want to feed it, because that is what's going to help you detox. It's going to help you with your white level blood cell counts, and it helps fight off free radicals.
Oh, that's amazing, man. And you know, I remember gosh, we went to Nepal a couple of years ago, and to prevent altitude sickness, our acupuncturist
Hmm.
gave us glutathione, and so we were
Yep.
just jamming on glutathione and super high doses of vitamin C. Like for about a
Yep.
month before we went up, because we got up to 16,000 feet, not super
Oh
high,
my
but
God.
high enough. And we never got sick in Nepal, which is amazing. We like felt amazing. Like I've never felt so good in my life. And I think like now that you're talking about this, like, wow, okay, like that's really interesting. Like we were just slurping down glutathione like crazy. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's
And
so
with
cool.
glutathione, it actually has leuciscine in it, as well as calcium absorbate, which is vitamin C. It also has alpha lipic acid, curcumin, which is a turmeric extract, and it has a peppermint flavor to it to get rid of the bad taste of glutathione, and that's the swish form of it. So
Yeah.
it helps with a lot of those things, and it's so funny that you're doing those for the altitude thing because that's where it kind of all started, right? And it helps with your cellular structure.
Yeah, that's so amazing. That's so awesome. So, okay, so we got some lemon in our water. Like, we talked about food. Like, we gotta start eating clean. And I think one of the things we all know, we don't have to go super deep, but like how we're eating, right? Like
Mhm.
how we're eating is so critical. It's probably more critical than what we are eating actually, in sometimes. But like how we're eating in glutathione, and like so these are just some really basic steps. I mean, and we add even more essential oils. Like there's more than just a lemon, right? I mean, what are some other oils like On Guard I can think of?
Oh, On
um
Guard, absolutely. It's our
oh my
protective blend. On Guard is our antibacterial. We use that. We actually use that to clean our entire house, to be honest. So we add that with a little bit of vinegar, water, a few drops of On Guard. There's also concentrate, which is the bottle that's built off of the On Guard essential oils, which we clean our floors and tables and all that sort of stuff. So that is absolutely phenomenal. There's shampoo, there's conditioner, there's laundry soap. All these things will help detox our body and allow our body to heal itself once we get rid of all these toxins and chemicals, right? So lavender, once again, a lot of people love the smell of lavender, but most of the lavender aromas out there, they're all synthetics, they're all chemicals, right? Well, I burn lavender candles. It's so amazing. You're actually not smelling lavender. That's 100% chemical.
yeah.
And that is the things that we need to start detoxing in our body and actually using a diffuser with 100% pure lavender because there's actual components in the lavender that will actually help relax your actual cells in your body and your muscles, right? It's just one
Yeah.
of those things. Melaleuca oil, tea tree oil. Most people think of it as tea tree or melaleuca. This goes back to World War One, World War Two, when they slice you open with a sword. What's the first thing they do? They take the big jug of melaleuca and they pour it in the wound. Why is that? Because it's antibacterial, right?
Yeah.
So these are the things that we're using today from hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. And there's just such a huge realm of products now to help us. The balance, there's another product that's called Adaptive. Adaptive is, it was designed and created to help people with anxiety and stress, right? It has a
Wow,
bunch
man.
of
Yeah.
different citrus oils within it. And when you smell citrus, the first things people think of is like, okay, I feel happy. It's like opening up an orange, like it's like I love that smell, or a pineapple, or whatever it may be. These oils are created for certain things, for certain ailments, for a certain reason, and it's helping people around the world. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I've been using the adaptive lavender and balance together for nighttime, and it's like a game changer. It's like lights out for me. And I know a lot of wildland firefighters, like they struggle with sleep so much. It's like epidemic level. Like we just need that sleep to rest, recover, and it's so hard. And I think I guess what's so interesting is this shift from, we're out camping, we're in the field, we're in the woods. Like, of course, there's all the stress and everything, but when we get back to the home life, it's like almost more stressful. And I want to get your take on this of like, maybe some of this is like the EMFs that are going on inside our house, inside of our apartment, wherever we're living. It's like really interesting of like that has a gigantic effect on us, doesn't it? I want to guide you through natural wellness and holistic medicine, which means using products like essential oils, essential vibes, glutathione mouthwashes, or even reading books. There's so many products out there that can help us, supplements, essential oils. There's so many things about the doTERRA lines of essential oils that I use every day, like lemon to detox my body and to help me hydrate, like On Guard to give me that extra edge in my immune system with the pandemic going, balance to keep me grounded and moving forward in my life. I use the oils every single day, morning, afternoon, night. One of the biggest things they help me with is sleep. I sleep so well because I'll lay on the lavender, I'll lay on the balance, I'll feel so grounded and sleepy, and it's lights out. And I know the Wildland Fire community just struggles so much with sleep, really the lack of it, right? On top of that, there's books. I've written 3 major books for the Wildland Fire community, and I want you to try them out. Give them a read. Get the ebook, get the paperback, whatever suits you. But there's Overcome Anxiety Like a Hero, really teaches you how to get into a flow state. Awakened by Heartfire is really the spiritual aspects of Wildland Fire, and the Heartfire anthology, the guided meditations, the Heartfire method will completely change your life. And of course, 6 Minutes for Excellence. That is a guidebook for wildland firefighter excellence, peak performance, mindset, all those things. So go to mountainmindtricks.com, check out the store, check out essential oils, essential vibes, go to the publishing tab, check out the books. Natural wellness is all about taking one step today that makes us 1% better. 1% better today, 1% better tomorrow, and 1% better the next day and the next day. One little habit adds up to moving an entire mountain with our health. And that's what I want to guide you through. The essential oils, essential vibes, books, supplements, whatever you need, I'm here for you. So just go ahead and go to mountainmindtricks.com and click on the shop and go to essential oils, essential vibes, or go to the publishing tab and check out the books we've got.
Massive. If you have a cell service on your phone, you're being dosed with EMFs, and EMFs distort our nervous system, disturbs our gut health, disturbs our brain function, and so much more, literally at the cellular level. And I'm going to go back to, once again, a live blood test analysis, because we see what happens to our body at the cellular level with EMF distortion.
Can you explain how that works, Scott? Like, what is a live blood test?
Absolutely. Let me talk about the EMFs first, and then I'm going to get into the live blood test and how that actually shows and what it does to you.
Okay.
So EMFs are basically electronic magnetic field or frequencies, depends on who you're talking to, and it's basically man-made electronics. Okay, so this could be Wi-Fi in your house, the electrical outlets in your house, the light bulbs, the cellular towers outside of your house. So what we tell people is, say you turned everything off in your house. You went to the main breaker, you turned off the power to your house or the condo or the apartment or farm that you're living in. Are you still being hit with EMFs? The answer is heck yes, because of all the cell towers that we have around us. And I'm not saying it's 5G, but I'm saying it's 2G, 3G, 4G, LTE, and 5G, and 6G that they're talking about already. So all these have an effect on our body. And we did not know this until many years into our healing process, that EMFs were a big part of our daily dose of toxins and chemicals. And the way we found it out was a live blood test analysis came into our office. We had them come in and we tested 16 different individuals in our office. And that was on a Thursday morning. We all got the test. It was an hour long for each person. No, sorry, it was 40 minutes. It was 40 minutes for each person. Went through everything. We gave each person some EMF protection. We'll leave it at that for now. And we told them to come back the following Friday. And we wanted to do the live blood test analysis again. And what we're finding, if we can just picture this in your brain for a live blood test analysis, is picture you getting your finger pricked. You now have blood on a little slide in a microscope. That microscope has a big HD camera in the top of it and is projecting onto a big 29-inch monitor that you and the technician are looking at. So it's live. They're literally looking at your blood moving and seeing what's in your blood live. So they can actually see if you're hydrated, if your digestion tract is actually working. They can see deficiencies with vitamin B, vitamin C, all these different things. They can see your digestive enzymes. They can see crystallization, which could be sore joints and stuff like that. And what we were noticing from the first Thursday to the following Friday, the Thursday, 98% of the people, their blood was very clumped together, like almost stacked on top of each other. And there's a couple of the people that were in there that were sleeping by an actual electrical panel within a condo. So I can't remember he's 21 years old maybe. He eats McDonald's, he eats Burger King, he's in university, he sleeps underneath an electrical panel. His blood was horrible. It was stacked up on like almost like a worm like within his blood. And within that, within 1 week, his blood was separated and it was actually moving. And this was the power of EMF
Oh,
protection.
wow.
So if you think about that for a second, what that's actually doing to your cellular structure is help oxygenating our blood. When our blood is oxygenated, that does a lot of beautiful things because with the oxygenated state in your blood, parasites can't grow, bacteria has a hard time, depression, anxiety starts to flow down the waysides because it's all to do with blood flow through our body. Our cells listen to our thoughts, but it also gets distorted by EMFs. So we need the best of these tools to help our body through these things. So we had one individual who had extreme anxiety, and they actually took their license away. And it was phenomenal to see how quickly the anxiety started to go away with some EMF protection. And the EMF protection that we use is from a company called essentialvibes.com. And um, we found this company and I ended up getting involved in it. And I'm now co-owner of the company because of what it did to actually help my wife and my family and myself and everyone else around us. And being connected to a lot of natural wellness practitioners, osteopaths, naturopaths, and the list goes on. I only felt that it would make sense for me to start spreading this into these realms because it's a natural way to once again help our body get into position to heal itself. And to give you an example on how this works is our bodies are made up of frequencies and vibration. And this here goes back to Nikola Tesla, right? A little bit of
Right.
history here. And he's coined this phrase, the Schumann resonance, which is the natural Earth's frequency. So our body is tuned and grounded. When we always talk about being grounded, that is being grounded to the Earth's vibration, the Earth's frequency. We're getting deep here. So with that being said, so if you're barefoot touching the ground and being firefighters and stuff like that yourself, you guys are always in the trees. So you're actually fairly grounded, but the problem is you're still getting all these toxins and chemicals from the smoke, the diesel, and potentially, depends on where the fire is, a lot of the cellular towers as well. So what that's doing is it's actually not grounding you, it's actually taking away the oxygen in our actual cells. So by wearing these products that have the Schumann resonance, the Earth's frequency in them, touching to your body, it's actually realigning your cellular structure to the Earth's frequency, which then puts you back in line, more grounded, which helps with anxiety, depression, and all these sort of other ailments that are happening around us.
Wow, man, that's so amazing. Yeah, and I've used these products personally. Like I'm an affiliate as well. Like these products are amazing. Like they really do. I've felt them. They feel like I would say within 10 minutes for me, I feel a little bit calmer here. Like I can feel better. And I think something that I've been doing for a long time is like turning the Wi-Fi off at night. I have noticed a huge difference in sleep. Even something as simple as that, right, is turning off the Wi-Fi or getting out of the Wi-Fi for an hour a day, right?
Absolutely. You know what? Set it on a timer. Buy one of those little timers, plug the Wi Fi router into it, and you know you go to bed at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever it may be. At least an hour before you go to bed, all electronics should be off in your household. No electronics, no Wi Fi, no nothing. Let's minimize that exposure 100%. Blue light is another big thing. Is get some glasses that have some orange or yellow tint to them that are for EMFs because EMFs and the radiation coming from your monitors, your iPads, your phones, over time, this all adds up into our body and starts filling up that toxic cup. So we need to put things in place to remove those toxins and chemicals to help our body keep on healing itself, right? So as Thomas said, turn your Wi-Fi off, turn all your TVs off. If you do have Wi-Fi TVs, you know what? Unplug those TVs, right? Put those on a timer. Whatever you need to do to stop all this stuff around us, it's only going to help you. And if you are dealing with chronic whatever, does not matter what comes after that, you need to start that like today, right? Look at all those
Yes.
chemicals, toxins, EMFs, turn all this sort of stuff off, and let's start slowly by upping your water, adding some lemon to it, some lemon essential oils. Let's get some glutathione going. This will start the detox process very, very quickly, and you will start to notice the change within your body once you start doing that very rapidly, right?
Yeah, it's so beautiful, man. Just the basics, I think, and to me, like I always go back to this amazing book. It's called Super Wellness, and I
Mm,
can't say the author's name very well. She's a Chinese medical doctor in Chinese medicine, and she always talks about like, look, we got to start with our breath, our
yeah,
water, and our food, and exercise and sleep, and those are like the five things. If we can manage those really well, like we're going to start really taking chunks out of these chronic illnesses and stress and anxiety and all these things because, like I think a lot of wildland firefighters, they struggle with anxiety because there's such this high stress environment. And then they come home and
mhm,
there's no stress. And it's like they get locked onto that fear. That fear is just kind of locked on. It's like that's really detrimental to our gut health, I think is the biggest one, right? Like that fear literally
absolutely.
starts just tearing apart our gut lining and the bacteria start dying, the good ones. And like that is, I think our gut health, I want to hear your thoughts on this, but I think this is probably one of the most important pieces of holistic wellness is like, let's get the gut in line with probiotics, with enzymes, with essential oils and good food. We got to start there, right?
Absolutely. They say your gut is your second brain. One can't work one can't work without the other, and it is that is 1,000% true. And once again, looking at your diet, reducing sugars, gluten, dairy, um, alcohol, caffeine. These are the things that help with really the exact opposite of what we're trying to do, and it suppresses our immune system. It causes so many different chemicals in our body to release, and which causes more depression, anxiety, all these other things. And a good part to really get started is don't have a coffee first thing in the morning. I know that's kind of a routine for probably a lot of people because it helps wake you up and you get that big jolt. But if you can actually break that pattern and within a week or two, you won't need that coffee first thing in the morning. You can go to, once again, a bunch of warm water with some ginger and lemon in it. And if you're feeling that boost that you need, we have natural things like Mito 2 Max, which will give you that natural boost that you're needing versus the caffeine boost, which is destroying a lot of things within your body. And then from there, if you can do that and then maybe have some bone broth first thing in the morning, right? And let's start repairing that gut liner from all the damage that's happening when you're out in the field and breathing all the smoke and the diesels and the gases and all that sort of stuff. These are the sort of things that's going to really change your trajectory from your health standpoint very, very quickly. And when your gut starts feeling better, you start feeling better. That's a whole shift that happens within that person. Doors start to open for so many different things around you. And the big door that opens is happiness, right? And being grateful and gratitude and all these other things come forth in a streaming ocean. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So, but to do that, once again, it definitely starts with your gut. And if you can start with your gut, remove the toxins, chemicals around you first, because that there literally takes an hour, literally. From there, you start making processes and changes to the foods that you're eating, because food is medicine, and start reducing the inflammation in your body. Start doing the bone broths, the lemon in your water, the glutathione to help with all the detoxing, and you'll find a fairly large shift happen very quickly. It doesn't take long, and once you start doing it, it becomes a routine. And I hate the word diet because it's not a diet; it's a lifestyle change. You don't want to be on a diet. You want to start the life that you want to live. When you start living that life that you want to live, it's not a diet. It's the life that it's just the life journey that you're on, right?
Yeah.
So diets are made to be broken, lifestyles aren't.
Yeah, I
Right?
love that. I love that. It's so important. I think, gosh, for everybody listening, like what Scott just went through that list of things is like literally will change your life completely, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally as well. Like, I can tell you one of the biggest things I do with clients, yes, we're going to do a breakthrough session. We're going to release all the stuff out of their unconscious mind, but we got to back that up with good food and good things and positive emotions. And like,
Absolutely.
there's so much to the mind body connection. It's not just think positive and everything's gonna be okay. Like, we got to back this stuff up with the body. And I think one of the key things too is getting blood work done and seeing where your deficiencies are and start supplementing those. Like, that is probably one of the best ways to like supplement, is like, let's see where you're deficient and really get scientific about it. But really, they're preventative. And I think supplements to me are like, I'm religious about my supplements. I feel it. I totally feel different when I miss them, and it's
Yep.
like a big deal for me. Like, supplements are king in a lot of ways in this journey, right?
Absolutely. We need supplementation. And we've talked about this a lot with the foods nowadays versus 50, 60 years ago. The nutrients that are in our foods, even if you are vegetarian or whatever it may be, and you're only eating the cleanest of the foods, it is still not the same that we had 40, 50, 60 years ago. So we need supplementation. Our bodies need more. And now we're adding all this EMF distortion into our bodies where we didn't have this 60 years ago, where our body didn't have to work as hard to heal itself. We now need to work literally 30, 40, 50 times harder to get the nutrients that we need because our body is being distorted by so many different things. And now you're adding chemicals on top of that, toxins on top of that. Now you have EMFs on top of that. And now you have all the oxidative stress on top of that. It's just never ending. So we need supplementation that is in a clean form that has a high bioavailability absorption rate that is going to feed your body and give it what it needs. And once you do that, you're setting once again you're setting yourself up for success, and you're setting yourself up for your body to heal itself, right? We just need to
Yeah,
give it those tools. I want people to say that to themselves. Once you start saying that to yourself, that my body's designed to heal itself, I just need to give it the tools it needs. This says something to their cells. This says something to their body. It says something to them. So when you go and now have a McDonald's burger, it's like, oh my god, I feel gross after that. Why did I do that? Right? Because
absolutely.
telling yourself that, okay, this is not natural, this is not normal food, let me try something else. And once you do that, your body's going to reward you, right? It's just one of those things. And once you figure that out, sky's the limit. It's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I think you hit on something really important, like pure supplements. And I think a lot of people are skeptical because they bought a vitamin C or whatever it is from like Walgreens or CVS or whatever you have in Canada. I'm not sure, but
Mhm.
you know what I mean? So they've gotten the shelf stuff. And
Yep.
from my experience, like, just like essential oils, like, you can go buy essential oils anywhere, but you are really buying junk. And I
Yep.
would say, like, supplements, like
Exact same.
99% of stuff out there, it's just trash. Like, it's literally not good for you. But
Nope.
if you spend a lot of money on like very high end supplements, it's a game changer. And I spend way too much money on supplements because I use like the pure encapsulations. But I think one of the best best supplements I've seen is the doTERRA line. It's just fantastic. Like, there's everything you need in that the LLV, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hit a big nugget, and I want to come back to it for a second because I didn't talk about it, and I think it's super, super, super important to bring this up. And I say this to a lot of customers, a lot of my clients, is how much money do we spend on ourselves, right? On things that we
Yeah.
actually truly need, not want, need, right? How much do we spend on our actual wellness? Remember, we only have one you. We only have one you. This is super important. We spend thousands of dollars on putting new baseboards in our house, on painting, on this stuff, on that stuff, on whatever it may be. You only have one you. We need to set aside a budget, literally, every single month for you. So whatever, it does not matter what the amount is. You need to start putting aside a budget for yourself, for your natural wellness. Because as you get older, you want to start that preventive maintenance right now to prevent a lot of the stuff that's going to be coming later on in life. If you don't start that maintenance and this progression of your wellness journey, you're going to regret it, and you're going to be dealing with a lot bigger ailments that's going to cost you tenfold or hundredfold then than if you would have spent $100, $200 a month now. It's just endless money. And unfortunately, we're in that realm 15 years ago, and we were spending a little bit, but we obviously weren't spending enough. And we had a lot of chemicals and toxins in our life and all that sort of stuff, and it hit home. And we've changed our lifestyle for that reason. And I teach people to do the exact same thing, because your wellness is your life, and it's your life, your family's life, your wife's, your husband's, your kids, parents, uncles, aunts, whatever it may be. We want you around for a long time, and I'm sure you want to be around for a long time. And sometimes you may not feel that way, but those are the things that we need to work on together. And there are some hard steps and there's some easy steps. The easy steps are the ones that we're talking about today, and that there's getting rid of the toxins and chemicals. And once you do that and start implementing some good supplementation like the doTERRA LLV, some essential oils, some glutathione, these are the basic things that we can really work on, that's simple and easy that you can do. And then we have the mastermind of Thomas to get into those things that do need a little bit more work. But once you get those other things set up, it truly does make your life easier, and easier for Thomas to do what he does best. Right?
That's so true.
It's true. It's like, I can't say it enough, and it's living proof, man. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, you know what's so interesting? when this where this really intersects with clients, this just blows my mind. Like, the mind body connection, I know it, I've lived it, I've seen it, I've experienced it, but every time I think about it, it still just blows my mind. And I think what I'm talking about is, clients that their mystery pain goes away after a breakthrough session. They don't have to go to the chiropractor, or maybe they have a full body skin rash after the session because their body's detoxing.
Yep.
And what I've realized in what I've read so much and seen in clients is that these mental emotional traumas, of course, are stored in the body, but they also accumulate so much of these toxins. They accumulate all the heavy metals. And so this mind body connection is so important. Like you're saying, is like, we got to loosen up all the baggage inside the body, and then we can release it even better. So I love that you hit on that, because I think the connection is so huge. And that's why these toxic chemicals, these toxic loads, like, they have a big role to play in anxiety and depression. It's profound how much they're connected, right? So the last couple of years, I had to quit coffee because coffee was like this liquid shot of anxiety for me. Like, my heart would race. I could focus intently, but only for a couple hours, and I would crash super hard. And my sleep was so off. I mean, I would be wandering the universe until, 3 in the morning before I finally got to sleep. And then I had to get back at it at 6 or 7 in the morning. And I was groggy. I was tired. It just wasn't working for me. It's not that I was mad at coffee. I was just really disappointed. And so I ended up quitting coffee. And I've been searching for an alternative for a long time. And that's when I came across mud water. Mud water is this amazing, amazing tea. It's got masala chai in it. It's got cacao, lion's mane, cordyceps, chaga, reishi, cinnamon, turmeric, and Himalayan sea salt. And what's so amazing is that you feel the same energy, that same burst that you get from coffee, but it sustains all day. There's no crash, there's no headache, there's no dehydration. It's just this beautiful experience. And so yeah, I'm gonna say it, fuck your coffee. You gotta switch over to mud water, because mud water will change your life. There's immune boosting properties, helps you focus with the lion's mane. There's 1/7 of the caffeine compared to coffee. And so there's no jitters, there's no anxiety. It's just this beautiful experience with beautiful plants. So fuck your coffee. So if you want to try out mud water, I want you to go to mountainmindtricks.com/mudwater, or go to the shop and click on the button. Again, that's mountainmindtricks.com/mudwater. So one of my favorite things about the Mudwater Company is that they donate a percentage of their profits to the MAPS Institute. It's an organization that develops medical, legal, and cultural context for people to benefit from the careful uses of psychedelics. So the MDMA psychedelic assisted therapy phase 3 trials, this is MAPS. And that's so important because there's been some amazing breakthroughs in the research with veterans and PTSD and depression and all sorts of amazing things that they're doing. It's so important to support this company.
Absolutely. And once people make that connection, like you said, it's like it's literally life transformation. And you will go through some hercs and you will see some detoxing. You could be getting a rash. You could be feeling extra tired. There's all these things that will happen from that. But you're releasing all the toxins and chemicals in our body to get to a place of a homeostasis place where you're actually feeling better. And that's what I think. Getting rid of those heavy medical metals and detoxing. I would probably say get rid of all those toxins and chemicals first. Work on your diet. Glutathione's at the top of that list because glutathione is will help you with all those heavy metals and detoxing very, very quickly.
Oh, that's amazing, man. I love that. I love that so much. So, thinking about what wildland firefighters go through as far as the field, well, actually, I'm going to go back a little bit. I think one of the biggest things that our fire folks are going through right now is they're probably going to start their workout, their training season. Like, if they haven't already, it's going to be the next couple of weeks, like maybe after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And that's like, okay, how do we improve our fitness, our recovery time, our muscles, all of that? Like, and think about an Olympic athlete, how do we improve their training with essential oils?
Wow, there's so much there. One is the supplementation. LLV, it's a must. To me, that is just massive. It helps with so many different things on the detox level, on the mental and emotional level. It actually helps once again detoxing and highly absorption. It's just phenomenal for that. It's also great for muscle fatigue and stuff like that as well. So like definitely help with that. Then you have Mito 2 Max if you're feeling tired and stuff like that. So that will actually help. Essential oils, you can go deep blue. You can go once again balance, keeping grounded. That's massive. You can go to lemon in your water, help detox. But also not only lemon is good for detoxing, but it also helps lift your energy levels and your moods. Any citrus oil that we have, wild orange, tangerine, citrus, um, you can go on and on and on. All these in your water and or just on a roller ball. If you have like a little, I'm going to call it a Thomas pack, and you can have some roller balls and stuff like that. You can make these up. You just throw them in your jacket. So when you're needing a little pick me up, you can literally roll them on the back of your neck because we know within 20 minutes maximum, they're going to be in every cell in your body. It's going to help you get through the day, right? So deep blue cream, right? You're getting sore muscles. You guys are working it, right? Deep blue cream. We now have a deep blue stick that has copaiba in it.
Oh,
This
wow.
here, you can actually just literally unscrew the tap, roll it on. Your hands are not going to get all greasy or creamy or anything like that. You rub it on, throw your jacket back on, your shirt, your sweater, roll up your pant leg, whatever it may be. You got sore knees, sore ankles, and you're right back at it. So there's so many different tools that we have to help you guys really get through the day, week, month, and just try to set you up for success. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, and I think I'm curious on your thoughts on like breathe and working out. Like, is
Oh
is
yeah,
is that going to be
absolutely.
huge?
You nailed it. I totally forgot about that one. Breathe would absolutely be phenomenal because that there opens up your airways. So you can actually make some breathe roller balls. You can actually throw some copaiba in there too because it's kind of like that hot sauce for food. You know, that commercial, you put that stuff on everything. Copaiba, I put in everything. It's just phenomenal. That and frankincense. So those two oils with some breathe and a roller ball opens up your airways, helps get more oxygen into your body, which obviously we know is a good thing. So that there is probably one of the most important roll balls for sure that you'd want to keep when you go back into the woods for sure. Good call, man. I forgot about that one.
Oh, that's so awesome. There's just it's almost like a chemistry set that I have now of essential oils, and it's just so
Right?
exciting to get them out and be like, oh, what do I want right now? And I want to go back to the citrus oils because After COVID, I was hitting the citrus bliss pretty hard because the bergamot and the tangerine, all the things in it. It's just an
Oh
amazing
yeah.
oil. But when I started to like not need it because it would keep me up at night. Like this is how strong these citrus oils are. They would keep me up at night. They are that much energizing, and it's like really interesting that this little tiny oil is like it kind of feels like a long lasting, comfortable, easy ride of caffeine. You know what I mean? It's that energizing. It's
Yeah,
so interesting.
yeah, you nailed it, and that's what I feel too. Because I'm I actually look forward to it. When I wake up, I feel energized. I feel relieved. I'm excited for the day. I'm putting my diffuser on. It's like, okay, what kind of citrus oils today am I going to put in there? And you start making your blends, and like you put some cheer and some peppermint, some cheer and some citrus bliss, some tangerine, clementine. I was hooked on for a long, long time. I put that in my water. I drink it, and I actually throw it in my diffuser. So I just love that aroma, that feeling. It's just so energizing. Um, so the more of those oils you have around, you can actually make some of your own blends if you want for that. And it's just absolutely phenomenal. Once again, it's easy. Put 20, 30 drops in a roller ball, fill it up with fractionated coconut oil. You literally have a roller ball that's going to last you a month, right? Depends on how often
Yeah.
you're putting it on there. Peppermint is a beyond amazing rollerball that I do not leave home without. It's always in my pocket. That there actually keeps your body cool. It's actually great for digestion as well. And it also is a pick me up. It wakes you up. So you can literally just open up the rollerball, literally smell the rollerball, and that there will actually open up your airways and actually get the blood flowing, right? So it's phenomenal, phenomenal, powerful oil that we use every single day. So peppermint's definitely another big one, and of course all of your citrus oils.
Oh, that's so funny because I think when I leave the house, my pockets are just full of oils too. It's just like, oh, I can't go to the store without that or whatever. It's like, yeah, the oils are that important in my life, and they're just this army of plant allies that we have, and it's just so amazing the access that DoTerra gives us. And I think we're hitting our time. I want to be respectful of your time and everything, Scott, but I really want you to hit on like I think one of the biggest differences of doTERRA is really one is like the
Purity.
quality. The quality is just
Absolutely.
beyond anything you will ever experience, but also what they do with the co-impacting and the sourcing is like I mean, it's literally God's work. Like they are literally changing the world with their farms that they're doing. I would just love for you to hit on that.
Sure, it's definitely next level what they're doing. The purity, it's to the point where it's just so magical in the sense of I can go to we have a place here in Canada called Healthy Planet, which is a natural store for a lot of the supplements and oils and all that sort of stuff. And when I first started using doTERRA, I wasn't as educated as I am now with it. And I know, and most people know, that peppermint oil you can actually take internally. It's peppermint. We have peppermint tea, all these different things, right? We know it's good for digestion, all this sort of stuff. It's very calming to our stomach. So, anyways, I went into this store and I saw their peppermint oil. I'm like, holy crap, $6. Peppermint essential oil, I can get it for $6. I'm paying like 21 bucks for my essential oil. What? I don't get it. So I spoke to the lady and I said, what is this peppermint oil and what do you think? Like, what is it good for and stuff like that? And I was just being very curious. And she said, well, peppermint's really good to help lift your mood and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, okay, great. And I said, can I take it internally? She's like, no, 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 no. You can't take it internally. I'm thinking to myself, I'm new to doTERRA at this time. I'm like, wait a second, but I take my peppermint oil at home. I put it in my water and I can put it underneath my tongue and I'm okay. So I asked her that question. She's like, no, you're not supposed to take essential oils internally. It's actually not safe. I'm like, what? It didn't make sense. So I go home, I read the back of the bottle, and I'm like, good for digestion, take for internally. I'm like, okay. So I go back to their bottles and I see on peppermint, lemon, lavender, it's only for aromatic use. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. These are things that we're supposed to be able to take internally. So then I phone the good friends of mine that have been in doTERRA for years and years and years, and I start asking all these crazy questions like, oh, the reason they can't is because their oils are filled with synthetics, fillers and all this other stuff, so you actually can't take them internally. This is why they actually have aromatic only, just for a diffuser. I said, but ours says that we can take them internally. She's like, yes, because they are pure. I'm like, but I don't get it. Like, we've been taught that if you read the word pure or organic on these oils, that we should be okay to take them. And that's the doTERRA difference. And I say that on purpose because where they are grown, how they're made, how they're distilled is super, super, super important, because the therapeutic benefit that you're getting with doTERRA's oils is night and day what you're going to be buying off of Amazon, what you're going to be buying in the health store that you have around the corner, because there's no government body that will deem them actually being pure other than third-party testing, which many bodies do. And when that test was done, over 90% of the essential oil companies around the world are adulterated, meaning they add other things to their product to be more profitable,
It's
right?
so it's
That's
so
a
it
huge,
yeah.
huge thing, man. Like massive. So when you're dealing with chronic illness, chronic pain, chronic whatever, as I was saying before, and this whole conversation is about doing what? Reducing toxins, reducing chemicals in our life. The last thing you want to do is to go buy an essential oil that has more toxins and chemicals and think that you're actually helping yourself. That's a huge, huge thing for us in this wellness space in doTERRA, is that we want to make sure that we're setting yourself up to succeed and to naturally heal yourself. So for us, the purity of the oils is so key, and you can smell the difference. You can actually feel the difference. When you smell lavender from doTERRA and any other lavender, it's like, oh my grace, wow. You smell balance or black spruce or one of these other oils, it's kind of like, oh my grace. This you can actually, it's literally like you're right beside the tree, and you're literally, your face is right in there smelling it. It's just the purest of the purest, and that's what we're trying to do, educate about, and we try to help as many people as possible. And with the training part of it, this is a big topic that I want to kind of end with, if that's okay, Thomas, is that with doTERRA, because there's so many different oils and so many different products, our team, including Thomas, we have built an online training camp, which is free to you guys through Thomas. When you guys work with Thomas, all these camps, these oil camps, are free. It shows you how to use these oils, different oils for different things. It walks you through these DIYs to help set you on the right path. It's not about let's get these products to you and now you have no clue how to use them. We are here as a team, as a family, to support you through your journey and beyond. That's the best part about what we do together as a family, as a natural wellness family with all these different amazing tools, is we want to guide you through this process. We just don't want to just pick you up and then just drop you and say good luck with that. That's not what it's about. We are a big knit close family that truly want to help you, guide you, train you for whatever you need. And that's a big thing for us, because when I first started, I didn't have that. And we had to do all this training on our own and try to figure out the ins and outs with it. And now we've put together these oil camps to help people dive through all those different challenges. And everyone's dealing with something different, and that's the best thing. And the famous line, we have an oil for that. And there's so many different oils for so many different things. We can definitely help with that.
Oh man, yeah, I gotta say, our team is just incredible. The amount of knowledge and wisdom and everybody that's there, it's just a blessing to be a part of the crew, man. It's really amazing. And um yeah, for anybody listening that's like interested in oils, like reach out to me or Scott, and we'll get you set up with some samples and go from there, because like Scott's saying, I think it's so important that it's not that we're just gonna dump oils on you. It's like let's like get really educated and learn, because this is like a pharmacopoeia. It literally is the natural pharmacy, and it's just so powerful and so amazing. And Scott, where can people find you and reach out to you?
The best place is just to reach out to scottmanduck.com. There's quite a bit of information there. There's also quite a bit of information of our health journey. It has been updated this year, just with all the wonderful COVID stuff that's been going on. But we've been busy growing with a lot of these new tools and new products with the glutathione and stuff like that as well. But there's lots of really good information. And if you do reach out directly, just let me know that you're a friend of Thomas's, and we will find a way to help you. And if we can guide you, help you, if you know someone else that needs help with whatever it may be, say my friend Sally Joe or John needs help with this, can you reach out? Absolutely. Um, we need more healers in the world, and we need more people that are in that space. A lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are emotional, physically, and mentally in pain, and we need to help these people. And this is what we're here on this earth for, and just to hug, show love, and show the tools and things that we can do to help people naturally. And the more we do that, the better this world's going to be.
Oh man, you're such a blessing. Thank you so much for being on, and for everybody listening, like please reach out to Scott, because the knowledge we like literally like touch the surface of what Scott knows. Like it's going to be like Scott's going to be here a lot, because there's just so much information that is that you've learned through your healing journey with your wife, and it's like
Oh,
it
it's
is so profound, and the science that you have behind you, it's just there's so much to it, and there's so much you can do for people. And just please reach out to Scott. He's an amazing person, like the nicest person, because he's Canadian. And no,
I love
I love you,
it.
man, and thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here. And any last closing thoughts?
No, I appreciate everything that you're doing to help the greater good, as we always say. And the biggest thing, the people that are listening, is please take yourself and your health seriously. There's no time like the present to start helping yourself feel better. And once again, it's super super simple. Grab all those cleaning solutions and everything, all the toxic chemicals around your house. Take a look at them. Be serious. Grab your family. Grab your kids. Put them on the table. Turn them around. Take a look at it and go, "Wow, okay. What can I do to change this?" Right? Once you make that decision, it's going to be a game changer for you, because that is the first step to natural wellness. Get rid of that, and then start looking at some of the foods that you're eating and stuff like that, because your gut health is super important. And we can start going with some essential oils. We can go super, super slow with that and get you on glutathione, right? There's the spray and then there's the swish. It's super, super important for us to have glutathione in our body. And not only that, is the spray, I forgot to mention for our firefighters, is that the spray will actually help put a coating, so to speak, on your skin, because it also has collagen in it. So in the spray, when it has collagen and hyaluronic acid and curcumin, these are the things that collagen alone is the fountain of youth. We know this. So if we can make our pores smaller on our face, right? These are the things that our body naturally needs and wants. We can help protect our body by doing these small little things. So it's just endless. And once we start doing that, you will start to see your journey change, and you'll start to feel better. It's pretty simple.
Oh, I love it, man. Thank you so much for being here. And everything will be in the show notes for everybody listening. You want to reach out to Scott. And I love you all. Thank you for being here. And I hope we've helped you uh, start your natural wellness journey, because it's so exciting to start breathing well, drinking good water, eating well, essential oils, all these things. It's so important. And thank you for listening.
Love it. Thanks, my friend.